All right, drivers have lined back up on the grid. Let's see if we get the action underway accordingly here, and it looks like we will. Drivers are all lined up now. We'll go on board with Mun. 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are away for the start of the Spanish Grand Prix, and it is a really good start there from Snipes SB. He's going to take the lead early. Pez is going to stick into P2. That's the AlphaTauri of Matt Conabeer covering the inside line. Maitland's going to try to go around the outside, and that's Meavy, I think, who's just lagged, and Meavy's gone around, I think, yeah. Meavy's gone around, and there is a yellow flag early here. Maitland's still got his wing, but he's run out way wide. And now the Alfa Romeo of Fairley is going to have a chance to go up his inside. He's going to hold it around the outside is Maitland. He's going to have the inside line coming up for this corner, and that should be position kept. Well done there from the Williams driver early, but that's the McLaren of West now, trying to get a little bit of an attack on the soft tires on P5 as we have another yellow flag, and I think that is Rustable who's going down to P18 there now behind Meavy, who's coming up here. Oh, that's the McLaren of West heading to the inside, and he dives down into Maitland. And does Maitland have wing damage? No. I'm surprised that West doesn't either somehow. And there's Fairley now trying to box out the McLaren driver. Can he do it? Wives is retired, and that's no, that's the Fairley in the Alfa Romeo going around. This is a terrible start for Alfa Romeo. Just this game, man. Oh, and that's CSR West into the barrier. He's gone around in turn 1, and his front wing is gone, and he's come right back out into traffic. Guy's going to have to take avoiding action, and there goes Fairley, I think, up the inside of the Ferrari. Wow. Barcelona. Oh, and that's Brownie who's gone round, and that is really going to hamper Brownie's race tonight. I mean, soft tires, they are going to be done already. He's going to need to head into the pit lane. Man, at this point, do you go for the 2-stop? I would say you can push the hards to the end. It's going to be a massive stretch, but that's probably his only chance to really keep in the fight for the points here. Down to P12 goes. Very technical track. Richie seems like a very technical driver at times. Here goes Maitland for the move to the inside in turn 1 on Matt Conabeer, and I think that may have been a little bit of a force play there from Mun to try to set them off, and now Mun is making up some room here on Matt Conabeer. Did they just make contact? It almost looked like they did, but no, over the hill there with his little train behind him. Oh, and Fairley's gone round in Sector 2 in the corkscrew. That's going to drop him down to P8, Phil up to P6, D-Money to P7, and Phil is really capitalizing right now. 8 positions gained so far. That is what's putting drivers off. And now Snipes is going to lose the position to Pez. Can Maitland hold off both Matt Conabeer and Mun here? Yeah, it looks like he will. Breathing room, as does D-Money. Oh, Fairley's going to send it to the inside and just dives in on D-Money. That's a really interesting move to make, if I'm being honest with you. I would not have anticipated a dive there. If you're going to dive early now, though, with DRS is going to swing on by D-Money, and if I'm D-Money, I'm actually probably thinking to myself, you know what? Less of a liability if he's in front of me at the moment, because he's not going to dive bomb me, and all I need to do is just keep up with him. Although D-Money is on the hards and Fairley is on the mediums. It looks like Pez and Snipes have swapped positions again, as Snipes takes back the lead now from the Red Bull driver. Maitland's still doing a good job of keeping Mun Jacla and Matt Conabeer at bay. And ooh, that's an Alfa Romeo. Is that Meavy's Ghost, or is that Fairley? No, it's Meavy's Ghost car. Has come back out onto the track, and did it give damage? I don't know. Matt Conabeer's lost the position to Mun, though, because of it on the orders. Matt Conabeer's gone into the pit lane again? Just come out in P14. I don't know what happened there. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. There's Pez, where's Snipes? He's at the end of the pit lane. Oh, it's close, but Snipes is going to have the inside line for turn 1. Yep. Snipes is going to hang on to the lead here, ahead of Pez. Now Maitland's well ahead of Monjacla. D-Money's into the mix here. He hasn't pit yet, but decided I'd just join the party here for a moment. And now, oh, Brownie. Yeah, no, I think he heard me and maybe got a little bit angry. He just sent it up the inside of Phil. Made a little bit of contact, but Brownie's going to hold the outside line and cut Phil off. Now Fairley maybe going to think about a move. Yeah, Fairley's going to go up the inside of Phil here. This is a bold move from Fairley. Phil leaves in the space. But yeah, Phil's going to have the inside line here. Les is going to try to send it around the outside, which is a really, really tough corner to do so. Yeah, no, Fairley just going to tuck back into P8 for a bit of time. Yeah, now Fairley's thinking about the move. Phil's already going to go defensive. He's going to be on the button as well. This is going to be a tough move, but he's going to look to the inside line as the Alfa Romeo. Oh, and he makes contact with the front of Phil. Oh, and Phil's come back on him. Bumped him out wide a tad. I mean, fair play. A little bit of a nudge for a nudge there. Yeah, checking in with our leaders because it's been what feels like an age since I've even talked about them. Snipes and Pez are still doing a really good job. Maitland has kind of fallen back into the clutches of Munn, but I wasn't surprised. I figured that would happen. Here goes Snipes for the move into turn 1. I think him and Pez are working together a tad as well, just to kind of keep the pace here and keep everyone else at bay. Yeah, Fairley's already looking for it. I would just let Fairley go here. Yeah, don't fight it too hard, although I think Phil is going to. Yeah, Phil's run out of ERS. Yeah, Phil, just tuck in behind my friend, gain some ERS back, go for the move at the end of the race, make Fairley make a mistake, as opposed to Fairley pushing you into a mistake. But yeah, this is big, big, big for Phil. He could easily end up in P6 here. No question. Careful if you're Maitland in the Williams. Don't do anything crazy here. You will happily see yourself alongside the two men who have just dominated from start to now. And as I'm saying that, look at Snipes almost pulling out the 1 second gap. There it is on Pez in Sector 3, but Pez trying to fight back here. Best of his ability. I don't think it's going to be enough. He's going to run wide on the exit as well. And does he have the DRS? It's going to be close. No, he doesn't. Now Snipes is going to burn all of his button. That's not wise, but Pez is not really on a lot of DRS either. Maitland's still in the 40s. Munn's going to go for the move now. Down into the 20s. Yeah, Munn's going to dive it up the inside. Fair play to Munn there for a moment. And that could be, yeah, this is going to be D-Money's chance here. He is riding the button and he's got DRS. That's a clean move up the inside of Phil. So we're going to hold it there to cover him off. Now, oh, Fairley's gone deep. That's given D-Money a little bit of motivation to get up behind him here. And that gives Phil the chance to kind of keep with the group here as well. There goes D-Money up the inside of Fairley. The switchback was Fairley, but he picks up a 3-second time penalty. And man, this is huge for Phil. This is where you need to stay composed because you're in P7. You have so much room back to P8. Just, yeah, just carry on here. Less than 80 foot positions. Oh, interesting. Oh, Spinala. That's good in. Oh, it's JB. I'm just going to head on into the pit lane, I think. For the final lap now underway, though, here in Spain. And it's Snipes SB, who's just hanging on to the win as we speak. With 1/10 clear at the moment, and he's got no ERS. Neither does Pez, though. They're both at basically nothing. Pez is going to get a little bit back here, but not enough. Yeah, it should be close, but it's going to be really close. Might be Snipes, though. He's got a little bit more ERS to play with. Just a little bit, but that little bit is going to make a little bit of a difference. Believe it or not. That's just going to drain the battery regardless. Snipes saving for that final push and the final exit. It's 2/10 is the gap right now. Can Snipes hold on? It's under a 10th. It's under a 10th. This is going to be so close coming up to the line. I don't know who it's going to be. Snipes going to cross the line first, but I think, is it going to be Pez for P2, P1? Oh, by 39 hundredths. Pez misses out by 39 hundredths. Munn is going to cross the line, P3, but it's going to be Maitland who sneaks in and steals the final spot on the podium. Munn P4. D-Money is going to come home P5, I believe. Yeah, he's well clear now. Phil is going to be safe for P7, fairly safe for P6. Wow, this is craziness. Absolute craziness at the end here. 39 hundredths Oh, that final lap was just so much drama. My heart can't do it. Wow. There goes D-Money across the line for P5. Fairly across the line for P6. Phil across the line for P7. Brownie across the line for P8. Multi across the line. Let's see here. Matt Conabeer will take P9. And can Multi hang on to P10? I think he will be safe over West here, who has 6 seconds of penalties. Let's just make sure, though. GG to Snipes and Pez, says HSAF1. And yes, that is across the line for West. He finishes the race final. Drivers across the line here in P11. And look at the carnage on the straight. That looked like Tier 1 ABR yesterday at the end of Bahrain. And I think we all feel the same. Spain is quite the most painful track, potentially, on the game. I can tell you on wheel, it's pretty nuisance-like. It's not a lot of fun to drive, in my opinion. But, yeah, sometimes that's the way it is. Yes to the Pink Panthers, says Brownie. Yes, very good day from both those guys. Really good recovery drive from Brownie. And just a solid strategy choice from D-Money. Kept himself out of trouble to get into the top 5 today. It's a win from P2 from Pez, and P3 from Maitland. But let's take a look at the rundown today. I would say that man's got to be your driver of the day. No penalties. P17 to P5. He's definitely my boat. I'm going to go with D-Money for driver of the day. Snipes obviously takes the win. Pez P2, Maitland P3, Munn P4, D-Money P5, Fairley P6, Phil P7, Brownie P8, Matt Conabeer P9, and Multi P10. So we'll see what we can do about that for next week. But for now, enjoy your weeks ahead, and we will see you guys next Monday for more CSR action.